Shihasaikai arc, a mage of unconventional pain. The provisional hero license exam was behind them, and Ren had recovered from his mage's malady, but the world didn't stop. A new, sinister threat emerged from the criminal underworld, the Shihasaikai, led by the terrifying Overhaul. Ren's inherent immunity to quirk erasing effects and Overhaul's disassembling power made him an invaluable, if hidden, asset in the coming raid. He wasn't a frontline brawler, but his magic could inflict a special kind of misery that none of the heroes, nor Overhaul himself, would anticipate. This arc was where Ren truly leveraged the painful, chaotic side of his magical repertoire, all while maintaining the meticulous illusion of a powerful but unclassified quirk. As the raid on the Shihasaikai compound in Musutafu, Japan commenced, the chaos of battle provided perfect cover for Ren's unique contributions. While other heroes risked incapacitation from quirk-erasing bullets, Ren remained a phantom of undetectable resistance. He subtly used telekinetic nudges to divert a bullet from a teammate or deflect falling debris, making it appear as if a lucky miss or a stray gust of wind had intervened. When Overhaul in his monstrous merged forms inevitably targeted Ren or brushed against him, Ren's magic provided an invisible counter. His mending charms or pure magical fortitude instantly countered Overhaul's disassembly effects, causing the villain to briefly falter, his power strangely ineffective against this quirkless brat. Other heroes might notice Overhaul's power seemed to skip or weaken momentarily when striking at Ren, attributing it to a fluke or Ren's unclassified quirk being a bizarre, unexplainable counter. Overhaul, however, would only feel a profound, unexplainable frustration against a target that refused to be analyzed or disassembled. Ren became a precision instrument of agony, targeting Overhaul and his fused subordinates in ways no quirk could. The sheer chaos of Overhaul's transformations provided the perfect cover for these excruciating yet visually ambiguous attacks. As Overhaul's massive, merged form thundered through the underground labyrinth, Ren might target a critical joint or a large exposed area. A silent, internal stepped-on-a-Lego spell would cause an instant, searing, inexplicable pain that momentarily threw Overhaul off balance or caused one of his merged limbs to buckle, providing crucial openings for direct combatants like Deku. If Overhaul's original body was briefly exposed, or if Ren found a vulnerable subordinate, he might unleash, quote, testicular torsion! The sudden, agonizing pain would be debilitating, causing the target to scream, writhe, or even briefly disrupt their own quirk or concentration, leading to temporary demerger or loss of control, an effect later attributed to an internal malfunction. For targets that needed to be utterly incapacitated with overwhelming non-lethal agony, Ren deployed Instant Brazilian Wax! Aimed at sensitive areas on more humanoid merged forms or his subordinates, this spell inflicted a sudden, extreme sensation of ripping and burning, causing immediate, uncontrollable flailing and screams, rendering the target useless and buying crucial seconds. In the thickest dust and chaos, as Overhaul reached the peak of his monstrous power, Ren reserved his ultimate, desperate, non-lethal, painful blow. Rubber bones! Targeting a vital point on Overhaul's core, the spell inflicted a focused, excruciating pressure, causing the villain to seize up, unable to move or think, providing a precious few seconds of incapacitation. The internal agony was so profound that Overhaul was forced to focus entirely on enduring it, leaving him utterly vulnerable to physical assault. To external observers, this appeared as Overhaul suddenly freezing up, or having a seizure, due to the immense power he was wielding. Witnessing Mirio's courageous sacrifice and Erie's despair pushed Ren to the brink. His protective instincts, fueled by his own childhood trauma and his family's lost role as guardians, screamed for him to unleash more. While the Blade of Avalon remained safely hidden for a later, even more desperate global threat, Ren's magic flowed with a raw intensity. He might, for a fleeting moment, subtly enhance Deku's impact with a push spell, or create a momentary stun spell on Overhaul that aided in the final blow. Crucially, all these subtle magical anomalies were obscured by Erie's awakening rewind quirk, which rewrote the very fabric of reality around them, making any magical fluctuations literally unhappen to the wider world's perception. Ren emerged from the raid utterly drained, not just physically but magically and mentally from the constant high-stakes deception and the debilitating nature of his spells. In his prison cell, Overhaul would be haunted not just by Deku's overwhelming power, but by the inexplicable, searing attacks that broke his concentration and defied his quirk's logic. He would be one of the very few who felt something profoundly other than a quirk. The arc solidified Ren's conviction to be a hero, highlighting the terrifyingly unique power he wielded and the necessity of his magic, even if it had to remain hidden. The desire to truly master his unique abilities for the greater good, while fighting the ghosts of his past, became even stronger. 'Cause